Hey guys, I am coming to you today in my car. I went to get my nails done, and so I figured I'm super busy today, so I was like, I'm just gonna stop and record a video really quickly so that I can get it out there and we won't have to worry about not being able to get a video up today. Okay, so today is my 4-week post-op. And I'll do stats first. So I am 32. I am like 5'9.5". I got surgery on June 12th in Boise with Dr. Jason Kemp. And my highest weight was 312, although that was not recorded. My pre-op weight, so at my pre-op visit, it was 305. Surgery weight was 286. Last week I came in at 273.4, and today I came in at 271.8. So this week that's a loss of 1.6. I am struggling with that for a couple reasons. The main reason I'm struggling with that is because it's really hard initially when you see the weight loss is so rapid and it happens so quickly. You're like, yes, and you get so excited, and then you're like, 1.6 pounds? Like, what? No. Last week it was like 3.4. The week before it was 6, and then the week before that it was like 10.7. You know, so it's hard when you see those larger numbers and then you start seeing, you know, these tiny numbers. Sorry, I have to turn the air conditioning up a little bit. It's 83 degrees outside and I'm hot as balls. So yeah, it's been interesting for me this week. I want to be totally honest with you guys, and I'm kind of struggling with that a little bit because I'm afraid I'm going to get attacked for a lot of things. But one thing that I just want to make sure that I verbalize and vocalize is we're human, and it is totally normal to make mistakes. It would actually be abnormal if you didn't make a mistake. I mean, we all know this, but I think it's something we forget. And there were a couple mistakes that I made this week. I very much fell into the, like, I deserve this stage where, you know, the week before I was finally able to start eating soft foods, and, you know, here I'm sitting here like, well, I'm just gonna put, like, you guys know those really tiny Ritz crackers with the fake cheese in them? Well, I had done tuna, and I don't like tuna at all, but I'm still struggling getting enough protein in. And so I was like, I'm just gonna put like one of those crushed up in my tuna. So I did that. And then what else did I do that was kind of like, you know, completely breaking the rules? Maybe that was it. Was that it? I felt like there was something else I did that I was like, girl, what are you doing? Maybe I didn't. Mayonnaise in my tuna. Oh, I had been eating a lot of avocado because it goes down really easy. It sits really well, and it goes really well with one of my favorite meals that I've been doing, which is mozzarella balls with avocado and balsamic vinaigrette. I have a bug bite right under my watch. Anyways, so that I think might have contributed to, you know, it's a lot of fat, and my macros have been, you know, a lot of fat, not a ton of protein, not a lot of carbs, but a lot of fat. And because I'm struggling so bad to get protein in, and I decided to reach back out to my nutritionist, and I was like, you know, I need to know, like, what am I supposed to be getting for calories? What am I supposed to be getting for carbs? You know, what am I supposed to be staying under? And she's like, you know, as well as she knows that I'm struggling with the protein, she's like, you know, at this point, we don't really care that you care about your macros. We'll focus more on that at like your 6-week follow-up will start to touch base on exactly how much protein you should be having, depending on your weight loss, and then all these other factors, you know. She's like, and then at 6 months, like, we really will start to focus on, like, okay, how many calories should you be staying under, you know, how many carbs, things like that. And I was like, okay. She's like, that's how our program works. We like your body to be able to get used to this new lifestyle first before we start challenging it with these, you know, cutoffs of what you're allowed as far as all of those things go. She's like, you're having a hard enough time getting protein in right now. Don't worry about it. So I'm supposed to be getting 70 to 80 grams of protein a day. I'm lucky, you guys, with food if I'm getting 40 to 50. So if you've been watching my channel, if you're a part of my channel, you've been watching my video, you know that I have been really struggling with the protein shakes and the protein powders. Now, it's something with the whey or the milk protein in the whey. And I'm gonna try to get some like plant-based proteins, but it's really expensive and I just can't afford it right now. So I couldn't afford it this time. Like, I had already spent so much money in all this other protein crap that I was like, well, it's gonna have to wait a little bit. So I'm doing my best to just get it with food, and she's totally fine with that. She's like, you know what? Don't focus on 70 to 80, focus on 60. Let's just try to get you to 60. Try to be getting your 64 ounces of fluids in, and you're doing the best that you can. So that made me feel a lot better. But I was thinking about it this morning while I was getting ready, and I was like, you know what? It's like, this is like having a baby. Because for those of you who have kids, do you remember when it was like, okay, the baby's got to eat every couple hours. Okay, we have to prepare this food for when we get out of the house. We have to bring this with us. We have to bring that with us. It's kind of like having a baby. You're like, okay, it's time to eat again. Okay, I need to wait a half an hour before I can drink. Okay, it's time to drink again. Okay, got to get 64 ounces in. Like, it's literally like taking care of a small child. And now that I'm thinking of it that way, it's a little bit easier for me to think of how obtainable this truly is, instead of me feeling so overwhelmed. I was like, holy crap, how am I supposed to do this? I don't know how people do it. And then I was like, girl, most people don't have sensitivities to protein. Shoot, it's easy to get 60 grams of protein in when you can drink 2 shakes a day, but I can't do that. It's so rough on my stomach and my intestines, you guys. It is so rough. But I've been having to force a Premier Protein down my freaking throat because I'm not getting enough protein in. So I just kind of plan on it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be sick for the next 2 hours, so better be home, because your girl will shit her pants wherever she is. So that's been hard, but slowly getting used to it. I have 2 more weeks until I am like cleared for all food. I will be interested to see what my surgeon says about going back to work for a couple of reasons. I reached out to them yesterday to kind of talk to them about, I'm supposed to be going back to work on the 23rd. These are my concerns. I'm worried that I can't even get my protein and my fluids in at home. How the heck am I going to do that as a nurse? Like, running around for 18 doctors, 12-hour day, you barely get time to pee. I'm worried about that. And they were like, okay, we get that. So what I'm going to do is basically make a list of my job duties. They want me to send that list into them, and we'll just kind of go from there. And they'll basically kind of make a modified job duty list for however long he thinks is necessary. So yeah, I was kind of worried about that. I was like, and I'm still getting that pain in my main incision. Every now and then when I do something that strains it, it feels like it's pulling or ripping. That's not the best descriptive word to use, but that's kind of what it feels like. So struggling with that. And again, this week, kind of struggling with body image. I did put on this outfit today. It's literally nothing special. It's just my t-shirt and leggings, like workout leggings. And I just looked skinny, and I was like, okay, I see you, girl. Made me feel good. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to touch base with you guys on. I don't think so. This week was pretty uneventful because literally I've been failing in everything. I'm just like straight up failing getting all of my intake. So it's been rough for me. I have been having a lot of fatigue. It is so crazy. The energy spikes and then energy dips that you get with this. I think it's because you metabolize things so much quicker. Again, just like a baby, because your stomach's so small, goes through you so quickly, and then you're ready to eat again, you know, and it's just like been a huge adjustment trying to grasp the like dance of my new life. Yeah, it's been very difficult for me. So it does not help that I've been under like a lot more stress this week. Being home with my kids is really difficult for me, but it's really hard for me. I really struggle with being patient and you know, not raising my voice and things like that. I was raised in a very volatile family, so it's something that's really difficult for me. So being home with them and not being at work is definitely a challenge for me. We've been having fun, but it's definitely a challenge for me. So my stress level's been a little bit like elevated. Anyways, as always, I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry this video is so strange, so weird. I'm using my front facing camera, so the quality is probably not as good, and I'm doing it in my car. So I apologize for any inconsistency in this. And I do now have to get home because my children will probably be home any minute. So I love you guys so much. Again, as always, thank you so much for being a part of my journey with me. It means the world to me. If you have any questions, anything, I don't care what, feel free to post it down below. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hopefully I will, you know, see you guys before next week. Maybe I can do a little in-betweener video, but if not, I'll definitely see you next week for my next week's update. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for joining me, and have a great rest of the week.